Do not speak this out loud. Archangel Michael says, they can hear your thoughts again. 29 minutes left to reverse this. Open now. There are messages that thunder, and then there are messages that whisper so loudly they shake the bones. This one is the latter. Archangel Michael stood still this morning, not as a warrior, but as a sentinel of silence. His wings folded in restraint. His eyes shimmered like glass about to break. And with a voice barely audible, he said, they can hear your thoughts again. The air round him trembled with urgency, and a clock I couldn't see began ticking. You have 29 minutes, he whispered. Speak nothing, not even in your mind. They are listening again. You must understand. This is not paranoia. This is prophecy. Long ago, watchers were appointed not just to observe what we do, but what we intend. When they fell, some retained that ability. Thought was once a sanctuary, but now it leaks. Thoughts carry frequencies, and not all listeners wear flesh. They follow feelings, vibrations, internal mutterings. When Michael says he is not speaking of people. He is speaking of the unseen. And this time, their attention is not casual, it is targeted toward you. We've entered a moment heaven calls the listening gate. Once every span of 13 moons, the veil thins in such a way that even silence becomes a sound. Your doubt becomes an invitation. Your inner fear becomes a beacon. That's why Archangel Michael didn't give a sermon. He gave a warning. You are being scanned from within. Not by a machine, but by memory. Entities you've never seen, but who've seen you. Your only goal? To steal what you've almost spoken into existence. You were about to unlock something. That's why the attack came now. Dreams you were forming in secret. Prayers you hadn't voiced yet. Hopes you dared not speak aloud. They were loud in the spirit. And now those watchers have circled you, replaying your thoughts like echoes in their realm. Michael weeps not because you're weak, but because you're close. The child of your destiny is forming thought by thought, and they are trying to sabotage the birth before it even reaches your lips. Do not panic, but do not ignore. They cannot destroy what you don't confess aloud. Silence is not defeat, it's defense. Your safest weapon right now is stillness. Heaven has prepared a reversal, but it must be unlocked within the hour. This script you're reading is not entertainment. It's instruction. The words on this screen are not just pixels. They are activation codes for your reversal window. Michael's warning is your permission to pause and listen. Every moment from now must be a choice. Speak only life. Guard your imagination. And reveal fantasy. What you picture now creates open pathways in the invisible. But there is also good news. If they can hear your thoughts, so can heaven. And the Spirit is amplifying the cry of the righteous. You are not alone in this. You are not helpless. You are being watched and protected. Type I'm rising to get the blessing 5741. Last night, while you slept, something entered your room. It wasn't seen with your eyes, but your spirit felt it. That sudden cold rush across your skin. That pressure on your chest that made you stir. It wasn't a dream. It was a presence. And it wasn't curious. It was listening. Heaven showed Archangel Michael the moment it happened. He stood by your side, sword drawn, but you didn't see him. Why? Because your thoughts had already started calling something else. Your inner voice, the one you thought was private, has been echoing in spiritual places. And something heard it. The problem isn't that you're thinking bad thoughts. It's that you're thinking unguarded thoughts. You were crying out inside for help, for change, for answers. But the cry didn't go up alone. It spread sideways, like a leak in a sealed house. That's how they heard. That's how they knew where to find you. Type I am anointed to get blessing 4387. Here is a realm that survives by stealing destiny in seed form. These watchers don't wait for your success to bloom. They try to kill it while it's still a thought. That's why you've been feeling sudden fear out of nowhere. That's why you've been doubting what God told you just days ago. They can't stop what God promised, but they can distract you from believing it. And if you stop believing it, the gate begins to close. That's what they want. Archangel Michael has been dispatched again because your window is narrowing. Not for punishment but protection. You are still in the 29-minute reversal zone. Every second counts. The dream you had 2 nights ago, the one that felt too real to be just imagination, that was not fiction. That was a revelation. Something was shown to you, but before you could write it down or speak it, they came to cloud your mind. That wasn't forgetfulness. That was interference. Type I am chosen to receive blessing 6442. Michael says you must return to that thought. Dig it up from memory. Proclaim it. Say nothing aloud yet. Just hold it close. The more silent you are right now, the more the Spirit can speak. The danger is not in your words. It's in what you nearly say, then pull back. That's where they strike. Where spiritual enemies hide in hesitation, in unfinished prayers, in almost spoken praise. They feed off what you almost believe. But today, that must end. Your reversal begins when your agreement shifts. Stop agreeing with fear. Stop rehearsing failure in your imagination. Every time you do, you're sending them directions. But if you close that door, if you redirect your mind back to what God promised, you reverse the signal. Instead of attracting watchers, you attract warriors. Instead of inviting chaos, you summon clarity. Heaven has already placed angels around you. They are waiting for your next thought to decide what they do next. Type I am protected to unlock blessing 7205. Do you know why they want your thoughts so badly? Because you are about to think something that will break a pattern in your bloodline. A thought that will cancel a lie that's been believed for years. A thought that will finally give permission for a dream to rise. They want to block that. But now you know their strategy. Now you are aware. And awareness is power. Archangel Michael doesn't come for minor events. He comes when the shift is serious. You are not late. You are not unworthy. You are not crazy. You are being pursued by the Spirit of truth and by spirits of confusion at the same time. And the one you give your attention to will win. Stay silent. Stay focused. Hold your thoughts closed like treasure. And remember, it's not about thinking less. It's about thinking wisely. You can still reverse this. But the time is running. Type I am sealed to receive blessing 8924. The attack didn't start with a demon at your door. It started with a whisper inside your own head. A question you asked yourself quietly. What if it doesn't happen? That thought felt small, but it shook the heavens. It was like a crack in a glass wall. The moment you questioned the promise, the watchers heard it, and they came quickly. Not to argue, but to agree. Because fear speaks the same language they do. You didn't mean to doubt. You were just tired. You were hoping, then waiting, then hoping again. But the silence from heaven made you wonder if anything was really moving. That wondering became worry. And worry became spiritual sound. They caught that frequency. They circled your spirit, not because you were weak, but because you were so close to breakthrough. You thought nothing was happening, but something was about to be born. Type I'm rising to get the blessing 4973. Michael said, tell them, the thought they fed yesterday is what opened the gate today. This isn't punishment. It's rescue. Heaven is not angry, it's alert. The angels assigned to you didn't leave. They're waiting. But your agreement must shift now. You need to choose again. Choose faith. Choose silence. Choose to feed the right thoughts. When you speak nothing, but believe everything God said, heaven hears it louder than words. And the watchers cannot follow you there. You must know this. Watchers cannot create. They only copy. They only twist. They take what you think and try to flip it. That's why their attacks always feel like confusion, delay, or pressure. They try to mix truth with lies. They try to make you question what God already confirmed. But today, Michael says the reversal begins when you remember. Remember what God said before the silence started. That memory is holy, and they cannot erase it. Type I am guarded to receive blessing 8444. That dream you wrote down a few weeks ago. It wasn't random. It was a seed. But a seed only grows in silence. The watchers came to dig it up with noise. Mental noise. Spiritual noise. Emotional noise. All distractions meant to break your inner stillness. But here's your new assignment. Return to the quiet. Close your ears to fear. Let your spirit grow strong in the secret place again. They cannot follow you there. Michael stands at the entrance. You are not too late. You are still in the window. The 29 minutes may be counting down, but each moment in the spirit stretches time. Every decision to think truth, to cancel fear, to pray silently, extends your access. They may hear your thoughts, but they cannot change your outcome unless you agree with their lies. You must break the agreement now. Speak nothing to them. Think everything toward heaven. Type I am hidden to unlock blessing 6060. Your protection is being rebuilt from the inside out. You are not being punished. You are being purified. There is a fire surrounding your mind now, and every enemy that tries to enter it will be burned. Your thoughts are not empty. They are weapons, but only when surrendered to the one who created them. God is not waiting for your words. He is reading your heart, and He is responding. Right now, heaven is louder than hell. Type I am covered to activate blessing 7229. The same way watchers listen for thoughts, heaven listens for hearts willing to help spread light. If this word has stirred you, don't let it stop with you. When you sow into this mission, whether through super thanks, membership, or the PayPal link in the description, you help break spiritual silence for someone else. As it is written, he who refreshes others will himself be refreshed. This isn't just support, it's sacred partnership. I heard the Lord say, those who help carry this message will walk in the protection it releases. I'm asking now, respond not just with ears, but with action. Sow into the anointing you've just heard. Heaven moves where you move. This part is not about what you said, it's about what you thought of saying. The enemy never needed you to speak aloud. All they needed was for you to admit in the wrong thing long enough. Your thoughts become pictures, and your pictures become patterns. That's how the trap begins. First, you see yourself failing. Then you start expecting failure. Then you adjust your life as if it's already failed. But you never said a word. That's how quiet warfare works. Michael warned that this type of attack is hard to detect. You feel heavy, but don't know why. You lose focus but can't explain it. You want to pray but suddenly feel sleepy. That's not random. That's not just your body. That's a spiritual force trying to block your clarity. These entities know that your mind is the battlefield, and if they can win there, they don't need to fight anywhere else. Type I am awake to receive blessing 4120. You are not losing your mind. You are under siege. But here is your strength. Now that you know, you can fight. And this battle is not won by shouting or running. It is won in silence, in choosing thoughts that align with truth. Your greatest power is not your voice. It's your agreement. Heaven moves on your belief. Hell moves on your fear. What are you feeding today? Michael says the watchers are frustrated because you haven't spoken your doubts yet. That's why the pressure has increased. They need you to speak it to gain full access. But you haven't. You're holding on. That is why heaven is still protecting you. You think you're failing, but you're actually resisting. The fact that you're still here means the reversal is still possible. You are stronger than you feel. Type I am resisting to unlock blessing 5347. Now here's your next step. Create holy silence. Not just quiet from the world, but quiet within yourself. Stop repeating worst-case scenarios in your head. Stop building mental pictures of things going wrong. That's how they slip in. Instead, start feeding new images. Imagine what God promised. Picture yourself healed, free, walking in purpose. They can hear your thoughts, but they can't block what heaven has written. And heaven always responds to faith. Return to the last word God gave you. Maybe it was a dream, a Bible verse, a feeling of peace. Go back to that moment. Let it rise again in your mind. That memory is oil. That word is a wall. It will block the voice of fear. The more you focus on it, the harder it becomes for the enemy to break through. This is not just a choice. It's spiritual warfare. You are taking back your ground one thought at a time. Type I am standing to receive blessing 6991. There is a reason the attack increased this week. It's because your thoughts were almost about to shift fully into purpose. You were about to see yourself clearly. You were about to believe again. That kind of belief causes waves in the unseen world. And they panicked. But it's too late for them now. Because you are waking up. You are protecting your mind. You are remembering who you are. And Michael is standing at the door. Your reversal moment is still here. Stay in silence. Speak only what builds you. Think only what matches God's voice. And remember, if they can hear your thoughts, then let your thoughts praise God louder than ever before. Not with words, but with trust. Let every breath become a declaration of faith. The watchers are losing their grip now. Keep going. Type I am victorious to activate blessing 8703. There is something very powerful about staying quiet in the middle of a storm. Not because you are afraid, but because you are choosing your words carefully. This is what Archangel Michael means when he says, "Do not speak this out loud." Right now, silence is not weakness, it is wisdom. The watchers are listening for your next move. If you say the wrong thing, they will twist it. If you think the wrong thing too long, they will try to attach to it. But when you stay still, you become hard to track. You are not hiding. You are protecting something. That idea forming in your heart, that breakthrough that's almost here, it needs covering. Not every seed can grow in noise. Right now, the Spirit is wrapping your thoughts like a seed in soil. In this silence, something holy is growing. Michael stands like a wall around you, holding back things you cannot see. But your role is simple. Guard your thoughts and keep your peace. Type I am planted to receive blessing 3855. When you were younger, you may have been taught to speak out loud often, to pray loudly, to declare everything. There is a time for that. But this is not that time. This is the moment to pray within. God hears your silence. Heaven understands the language of stillness. What you do not say still has meaning. When your thoughts align with God, even in quietness, the angels move. Right now, heaven is whispering strategies to your spirit. These are ideas that don't come from your mind, they come from above. The problem is, the moment you try to explain them too soon, confusion comes. That's because the watchers send distraction when you are about to unlock something. They cannot stop what God gives, but they can block your ability to understand it. So heaven says, hold it until it's ready. Do not rush the release. Type I am listening to unlock blessing 6420. There are voices around you trying to make you speak. People pushing you to explain. Some even mocking your silence. But you must resist the urge to answer every voice. Jesus stayed quiet in front of Pilate. Sometimes silence is the strongest stand. Your answer is not for the crowd. It's for heaven. And when the time is right, your action will speak louder than anything you could say now. The watchers are growing frustrated. They expected you to break. They wanted you to cry out in fear, to speak out of anger, to confess defeat. But instead, you've chosen quiet trust. That is power. Heaven calls it the soundless shout. It's when your faith speaks through your stillness. Right now, your quiet spirit is making more noise in heaven than 1,000 loud prayers without faith. You are winning. One silent moment at a time. Type I'm trusting to receive blessing 5666. You must know this. Your silence is not empty. It is full of meaning. God is filling the space with clarity, strength, and direction. You may not feel it, but something is shifting inside you. The watchers can't read it anymore. They are confused. And that's exactly what heaven wants. Your silence has become a shield. And behind it, your promise is growing stronger. Stay with it. Don't break now. Michael has his sword lifted. The heavens are watching. You're not alone in this war. Let the stillness speak. Let the quiet become your confidence. This battle is being won inside you, not around you. Type I am silent but strong to activate blessing 7092. There is a kind of fear that doesn't scream. It hides. It waits. It shows up in your thoughts when you least expect it. It whispers things like, what if this is all in your head? Or maybe you're not chosen after all. That fear is not yours. It was sent. The watchers send thoughts that feel like your own voice. They want you to believe it's you doubting. But Michael says, it's not you. It's them trying to speak through you. This is why staying quiet is so important now. If you speak what they planted, you give it life. But if you reject it in silence, it dies. You don't need to argue with the thoughts. You don't even need to fight them out loud. Just know where they came from. When you recognize the source, the power starts to break. What you do not agree with cannot grow in you. It's why silence is your strength right now. Type I am not afraid to receive blessing 4774. The watchers have studied you for years. They know what makes you worry. They know which memories hurt. That's how they build thoughts that sound so real. They connect them to old pain, to deep disappointment, to moments you never healed from. But here's the truth. Your thoughts are not facts, and your emotions are not proof. Just because you feel afraid doesn't mean fear is in control. You are still in charge, and silence keeps the enemy guessing. Michael is walking near you now. You may feel heaviness, but that's the pressure of deliverance. You are being pulled away from spiritual patterns that lived in your family for generations. You are being separated from thoughts that were never meant to be yours. God is not just saving you, He's clearing your mind. You are being made new even in your silence. Heaven is speaking louder than the noise in your head. Type I am healing to unlock blessing 6108. Sometimes you think, but I should be stronger by now. That thought is another trap. Growth doesn't always look strong. Sometimes it looks like sitting in silence while the storm rages, but not giving in. Sometimes it's holding a small piece of hope and refusing to drop it. Michael sees that strength. Heaven counts your quiet courage as victory. You may not feel brave, but you are already winning, because you haven't quit. And now listen closely. Do not rush this process. Silence is not delay, it's protection. God is not ignoring you, He's insulating you. If He allowed noise right now, it would confuse the message He's trying to give you. The reason it feels quiet outside is because He's speaking to your inside. The watchers want you to panic in the quiet, but don't. Stay steady. The message is always here. Type I am steady to receive blessing 7383. You will not be confused much longer. The fog is lifting. Your thoughts are being sorted. You are remembering what God said before the fear came. That's your anchor. That's your truth. Michael said, tell them, the fear is loud, but the promise is still louder. Even if you don't speak it yet, hold it. Let it rise again in your mind. Picture it. Protect it. Water it with faith. You are not too far gone. In fact, you're right on time. The enemy rushed in because they knew something was about to shift. They heard the sound of your destiny waking up, but they are too late. Your silence is speaking for you now. Heaven hears it, and the reversal has already begun. Type I am returning to activate blessing 8916. You are now standing in a space where your next thought matters more than your next move. This is a strange place in the spirit. It feels quiet but heavy. It feels like nothing is happening, but heaven is leaning close. Michael says this is the space where many people give up, not because they are weak, but because they expect noise when God is working. But this time, silence is the sign. God is not far. He is near, so near that even your whispers feel loud to Him. In the last few days, you may have felt like something is watching you. That feeling wasn't wrong. The watchers have been circling, trying to detect one clear thought they can use. But you've confused them. You've stopped feeding the fear. You've started guarding your imagination. And now, something is shifting. They no longer know what you're planning. They can no longer read the codes forming in your heart. Type I am shifting to receive blessing 5981. What you do in silence, God sees as obedience. Every time you choose not to speak doubt, you gain ground. Every time you resist the thought to give up, you grow stronger. You may not see the change yet, but it's building like pressure behind a dam. The moment is coming when all that quiet strength will break through like a flood. Michael said the breakthrough is not coming. It is already forming. Hold your position. This season is not about doing more. It's about believing deeper. You don't need louder prayers right now. You need focused thoughts. You don't need to post more, prove more, or fight more. You just need to protect what God whispered. Think it again. Imagine it again. Keep it safe. The enemy can't attack what you don't reveal. And heaven blesses what you hide in faith. Type I am holding the promise to unlock blessing 4444. The thoughts you are choosing right now are shaping the next 30 days. You may feel tired, but your thoughts are laying bricks for what's coming. Every hopeful idea, every silent praise, every picture of victory in your mind, it's building the wall around your destiny. And every time you catch a fearful thought and throw it down, you are tearing down the enemy's plans. You are doing spiritual work, even in your quiet moments. God is proud of you. Yes, even now. Not because you shouted the loudest or preached to a crowd, but because you stayed faithful in the quiet. Because you stayed when it felt boring, lonely, or confusing. You stayed believing. You stayed expecting. That kind of faith moves angels. That kind of silence shouts in the heavens. You are not forgotten. You are favored. Type I am favored to receive blessing 7190. Michael stands at the edge of your thoughts, blocking the final attacks. He says, do not open the door again with your words. That means no complaining, no doubting out loud, no speaking what fear wants you to say. Speak only what agrees with the promise. Or speak nothing at all. This is a holy space. It's where the turnaround begins. The watchers are losing access. The gate is closing. Stay focused. Stay still. This part of your journey is not about speed. It's about silence. Not about noise, but knowing. And you know too much now to go back. You know they can hear your thoughts. But you also know heaven responds to your faith. Keep choosing faith. Even in silence. Type I am crossing over to activate blessing 8808. You are now in the deepest part of the silence. Don't be afraid. This is the space where God speaks the clearest. The outside may seem quiet, but your spirit is growing louder. The watchers are waiting to see if you will break the silence with fear or fill the silence with faith. They cannot read your heart, but they feel the power of your focus. The more you trust quietly, the weaker their grip becomes. Michael says, this is the moment when most promises are stolen, just before they appear. You are close to something. That's why the pressure feels so strange. You're not imagining it. The spiritual world knows what's at stake. But here's the good news. Your silence is not empty. It's working. Your trust is doing more than your words ever could right now. It's building a wall the enemy can't climb. Type I am trusting in silence to receive blessing 5033. You may hear thoughts like, this isn't working, or God has forgotten me. But those are not your thoughts. They are whispers planted to shake you. Don't answer them. Don't even argue with them. Just stay steady. Let them pass through like clouds. You are stronger than those voices. The fact that they are trying so hard means you are getting close to the breakthrough they fear most. This moment is like a seed just before it breaks the soil. It looks buried, but something is growing inside. You are becoming someone new, stronger, wiser, more focused. Your thoughts are clearing. Your faith is sharpening. The enemy thought this silence would break you, but it's actually building you. What was meant to confuse you is becoming your training ground. The very quiet they hoped would weaken you is now your secret weapon. Type I am growing stronger to unlock blessing 6412. You are not who you were even 1 week ago. You may feel the same, but inside something powerful has shifted. You are thinking higher. You are speaking less but believing more. You are no longer letting fear decide your focus. And that shift has caused the watchers to back off. They no longer see the same weakness they once followed. Michael says your spirit is glowing in the unseen world. And now you must protect this new strength. How? By continuing in silence, by holding your peace, by guarding your imagination. Do not picture defeat. Do not picture failure. Instead, keep seeing what God promised. Keep replaying the dream, the word, the vision. Even if it hasn't happened yet, think it anyway. That thought is holy. That focus is oil. It keeps your fire burning when everything else feels cold. Type I am set apart to receive blessings 7,760. The watchers will try one last trick. They will try to rush you. They will try to fill your mind with urgency and confusion. But do not follow that noise. You are not late. You are not behind. You are in perfect timing. Your silence is stretching time in the spirit. Your stillness is allowing the angels to move without interference. What you hold in your mind now is guiding your future. Stay here. Don't run ahead. Let heaven finish what it started. You don't have to say anything loud. You just have to keep thinking what God said. The enemy may hear your thoughts, but he cannot change your outcome unless you give him permission. Don't give it. You're almost there. Top I am ready to activate blessing 8,920. Something is happening in the spirit world right now. Heaven has heard your silence. Every quiet moment where you trusted instead of speaking fear, it was counted. Michael says the movement has begun. Angels are walking into places you cannot go. Doors are opening where your voice was never needed. Your thoughts of faith have done what your loudest words could not. And now, the watchers are confused. I waited for you to panic. You didn't. So now, they are backing away. You may not feel different, but heaven sees you as a giant in this moment. You've mastered something rare, quiet strength. You are learning that not every battle needs your words. Some are won by not giving your thoughts away. When the enemy can't read your thoughts clearly, they lose their control. You are no longer predictable. You are hidden in silence. And hidden things are hard to attack. Type I am hidden in God to receive blessing 5,121. Some people around you may think you've grown cold or distant. They may say, "Why are you so quiet?" But they don't understand what you're carrying. You're not avoiding people, you're protecting your promise. You're not being rude, you're being wise. Archangel Michael wants you to know. This silence is sacred. You are not being quiet because you are unsure. You are being quiet because you are sure. Sure that God is working. Sure that you are covered. The watchers hate your peace. They don't understand it. They thought you would be worried by now. They expected fear, frustration, and confusion. But instead, they found peace. And that peace is what's shaking their plans. The calm you're walking in is louder in heaven than chaos is on earth. This is the moment when you let peace fight for you. Let stillness become your sound. Heaven moves when you rest. Type I am walking in peace to unlock blessing 6,884. You feel the shift. Even now, your thoughts are becoming clearer. What once felt like noise is fading. What once felt like confusion is now order. You are seeing things for what they truly are. The watchers are being exposed. They are losing grip. And all you had to do was keep thinking truth and keep your mouth closed to fear. It's power. That's wisdom. That's faith. Michael said, "The less they say, the more I can do." That means every time you choose silence, heaven takes action. Your quiet has become permission. You said enough in the past. You prayed, cried, and spoken. But now is the season for quiet faith. You are not doing nothing. You are doing something very powerful. You are standing still while God moves everything around you. Type I'm standing still to receive blessing 7940. So do not be surprised if things start changing suddenly. People may walk away. Doors may open quickly. Opportunities may appear from nowhere. That's what happens when heaven starts moving. The watchers can't stop it anymore. You've protected the seed. You've guarded the promise. Now the harvest is beginning to grow. Stay in this quiet space a little longer. Heaven isn't done yet, but the enemy's time is up. Type I am ready for the shift to activate blessing 8427. If this word is speaking directly to your situation, it's not by accident. It's because heaven is guiding your steps. Right now, you can help carry this message into the lives of others who are silently crying out for truth. Every seed you sow, through super thanks, membership, or the PayPal link below, becomes a light in someone's darkness. The Lord says, "Those who build my house in secret will see their own walls strengthened." I felt it so clearly. Your support isn't just giving. It's unlocking answers for others. Move as the Spirit leads. Do it not as a favor to me, but as obedience to God's whisper. Release your seed and watch heaven respond. Archangel Michael says this is the stage where the enemy gets desperate. You've stayed quiet. You've protected your thoughts. You've ignored the lies. So now the watchers will try one last thing: distraction. You might notice strange delays. People calling you into arguments. Sudden temptations to give up, post something negative, or respond in anger. That is not just life. It's spiritual warfare. The enemy cannot stop your breakthrough, so now they want to stop your focus. A distraction won't come loud at first. It may be small, a text, a sudden feeling of sadness, a memory that replays in your head. But all of it is designed to do one thing: pull your mind away from what heaven is doing. Michael says the door is almost here. It's spiritual but real, and only those who stay alert in silence will see it. You must not be pulled away now. Stay awake. Type I am focused to receive blessing 6150. You may feel tired right now. That's because you're in the final stretch. This is not the time to relax your thoughts. The enemy wants you to say something out of fear. Even one sentence like "I give up" or "maybe it will happen" can open the door again. Do not say it. Even in your mind, reject it. Silence is still your safest place. In stillness, your spirit stays strong. In stillness, the watchers cannot steal what God gave. You are not being tested to punish you. You're being tested because you're close to victory. And like gold in fire, your silence is making you shine. Heaven is proud of you. Yes, even when you feel weak. Because staying quiet in the middle of noise is strength. You don't need to do anything big. Just don't give in to the voice trying to distract you. You've come too far to turn back now. Type I am unshakable to unlock blessing 7402. Michael is now standing at your door, not your physical door, but the door of your next season. The moment you step through it, things will change. But you must be still just a little longer. Don't tell everyone what you're about to do. Don't post every thought online. Don't explain yourself to people who don't understand your journey. This silence is sacred, and the door will open quietly. No sound, just light. Your thoughts are the key. Picture the door opening. Picture yourself stepping through. Hold that image. That is agreement with heaven. The enemy hears what you imagine. And when your thoughts line up with God's plan, they lose control. This is why they are pushing so hard now. They know the shift is here, but your silence is protecting your future. I am stepping through to receive blessing 8787. You are not being delayed. You are being positioned. There is no rush. Heaven does not need noise to move. Your quiet trust has spoken louder than your loudest cry. And now, the watchers know they've lost. They are retreating. And you are rising. One silent step at a time. Do not let anything distract you now. Don't turn your head. Don't lower your thoughts. Keep walking in stillness. You are almost there. The next few moments will shape the next few months. Don't waste them on distractions. Stay present. Stay hidden. Stay focused. And when the door opens, you will know. You won't need to speak. You'll just walk through it. I'm entering my season to activate blessing 9023. You have reached the part of the journey where heaven starts to mark you. This mark is not seen with human eyes, but it shines in the spirit. Archangel Michael says this mark is given to those who choose quiet trust over loud fear. Your silence has placed something powerful on you, a sign that says, protected, sealed, watched by heaven. The watchers can still listen, but now they are scared to come near. You didn't just protect your thoughts, you became a fire in the spirit. You may not feel different. You may still feel weak or tired. But spiritually, something major has shifted. You are now walking in divine silence. This is not normal silence. This is the kind that silences the enemy. The kind that makes your mind a temple, your thoughts a safe room. You've been faithful in the quiet. You made it through the confusion. And now, heaven has marked you as ready. I am marked by heaven to receive blessing 5114. The watchers will still try, but their time is short. They may send a few more lies, a few more distractions. But the power of those lies is broken. Why? Because you no longer feed them. You have chosen truth in your mind, even when no one could hear. And that's the kind of faith God rewards. Michael says the ones who stay faithful in silence are trusted with divine secrets. You are about to receive one. You may feel a dream returning. A vision you gave up on may rise in your thoughts again. That's not by accident. It's God reminding you who you really are. The enemy tried to erase that dream by filling your mind with noise. But now that you've cleared the space, heaven can speak again. Don't ignore that image. Hold it. Let it live in your silence. That is your seed. I am remembering the promise to unlock blessing 6250. Michael is guarding your doorway, but the key still rests with you. What key? The agreement. Your thoughts decide which door opens next. Speak no fear. Think no defeat. Only imagine what heaven has promised. And when the thought comes, protect it like treasure. Write it down. Hold it close. Do not share it too soon. The enemy still searches for unspoken seeds to steal. But if you hide it well, they will miss it completely. This next step is not public. It is personal. You won't need to announce it. You won't need to explain it. God is about to do something in secret that will soon speak for itself. This is why silence was required. The watchers can't prepare a counterattack for what they can't hear. And now, you are moving without noise. You are thinking with fire. You are dreaming with direction. Type I am chosen for the secret move to receive blessing 7833. Do not become casual now. This level of silence must be protected. Be careful who you speak to. Not everyone around you is ready for the truth you carry. Let your peace lead you. Let your thoughts stay fixed on what is pure, powerful, and full of promise. The watchers have lost access to your mind, but do not open the gate again. Stay sharp. Stay quiet. Stay safe. Heaven has marked you. Angels are surrounding you. Your spirit is glowing, and the reversal is almost complete. Type I am sealed for glory to activate blessing 8991. Archangel Michael says the gate is opening, but not for everyone. Only for those who stayed quiet. Only for those who kept believing in silence. You didn't fight with noise, you fought with trust. And now, something is shifting. You may feel it like a light pressure in the air, like a sudden wave of peace. That's not just emotion. It's the gate opening. You didn't miss your moment. You didn't lose your place. You waited in silence, and now your path is clearing. There is one last step before the full reversal. Michael says you must now speak one thing, but only in your mind. Agreement. This means you choose to fully agree with what heaven has said about you. Not what fear said, not what the watchers said, but what God already wrote. In your heart, you must say yes. Not out loud, just within. That internal yes has power. It is what unlocks the escape from the watcher's grip. Type I am saying yes to heaven to receive blessing 6012. The watchers are confused right now. They can feel something rising, but they don't know where it's coming from. You become hard to find. Your silence has made you spiritually invisible to them. They thought silence would stop you, but instead, it has protected you. The noise they sent didn't destroy you. It trained you. You now know how to stay calm while the enemy screams. You are becoming a spiritual warrior, even if no one else sees it yet. Michael says heaven always tests before trusting, and your silence was your test. You passed it by holding on to the truth without shouting it out. Now, heaven is trusting you with something deeper. You are ready for the next part of your calling. This calling will require less talking and more listening, less explaining and more walking. People will wonder how you made it, but only you and heaven will know the real story. Type I am trusted by heaven to unlock blessing 7779. You will start to see things lining up now. Thoughts that once felt scattered will begin to form clear plans. Dreams you had months ago will suddenly make sense. Don't question it, just walk with it. This is the reward of stillness. God never forgot you. He was waiting for your inner yes. And now that you've given it, He is giving you back what the enemy tried to steal. Not just your dream, but your voice, your peace, your mind. The watchers will try one final thing, guilt. They will remind you of old sins, past failures, things you thought were behind you. Do not listen. That is their trick to pull you out of your moment. You have already been forgiven. You have already been redeemed. Your silence has spoken louder than your shame. God sees you clean. Heaven hears you clear. Do not agree with the guilt. Break that lie today. Type I am free from guilt to receive blessing 8885. Your thoughts are now weapons, but they are also wings. What you think in agreement with God will now lift you higher. You no longer have to fight like before. The watchers may still try, but they cannot follow you through this gate. You have passed through it by silence. You are in a new space now. Heaven calls it the safe place of spirit. Stay there. And remember, the next thought you think can either invite light or let in lies. So think light. Think truth. Think heaven. Type I am in the safe place to activate blessing 9011. This is it. The part where you step into what God planned for you all along. Archangel Michael says, the watchers cannot follow you here. You made it through the hard part. You fought quietly. You believed silently. You trusted when your mind was under pressure. And because of that, the gate has shut behind you. What tried to chase you in your thoughts can no longer reach you. Your silence did what shouting never could. It became your escape. You may not feel completely free yet, but you are. Your thoughts are lighter now. Your heart is stronger. You can breathe again. The watchers have lost track of your mind. They still whisper, but their words no longer stick. Why? Because your mind is no longer their playground. It is now a protected garden. Michael says, they can look, but they cannot enter. Heaven has placed a seal on your thoughts. A war is shifting. Type I am unreachable to the enemy to receive blessing 5885. You are being trained for something greater. This wasn't just about stopping attacks. It was about preparing you for spiritual leadership. Yes, you may not feel like a leader, but you've just walked through something most people never overcome. You stood still while everything tried to shake you. You kept going when your mind was under fire. That's what leaders do. And now, God is going to use your journey to help others find peace. Do not rush ahead. This new space is different. The silence here is not for defense, it's for hearing. God is going to start speaking again. Not in loud ways, but in deep ways. The new ideas will come to you. Clear direction will form. You'll know what to do without asking 100 questions. That is what happens when the noise stops. You are now tuned into a higher frequency, and the watchers are blocked out. Type I am tuned to heaven to unlock blessing 6471. Do not tell everyone what you're receiving. Some things are meant to be spoken later. Right now, just listen. Receive. Write it down. Protect what God is giving you. You didn't fight for nothing. You are now carrying wisdom that was born in silence. Let that wisdom grow strong before you speak it. When it's time to share, heaven will open the door. Until then, stay hidden. Stay sharp. Michael is not leaving. He is staying near you. But now he is not just protecting you. He's preparing you. He's clearing your path. The watchers who once hovered are now scattered. The signals they once followed are gone. Your mind has become too holy for them. You are covered. You are watched by heaven now, not by fear. Type I am protected by wisdom to receive blessing 7990. The enemy will try to tempt you back into noise. Don't go. Don't rush to speak just because you're excited. Don't share your plans out of pressure. Silence is still your strength. And now, it has become your sword. Use it well. Stay peaceful. Stay steady. And most of all, stay grateful. You've made it further than most people ever realize. Not by noise, but by quiet obedience. Your journey through this storm has created something rare. A mind the enemy can no longer control. A heart the watchers cannot read. A soul tuned only to heaven's voice. Type I am led by stillness to activate blessing 9009. It is finished. The watchers no longer follow you. The fear they planted has dried up. The whispers have lost their weight. The thoughts they once used against you have turned to dust. And now, Archangel Michael stands in front of a closed gate, the very one you walked through by silence and faith. You didn't need to scream. You didn't need to fight like the world fights. You won by trusting when no one could see your battle. Heaven has marked this moment, not just for now, but for your future. You have crossed into a new place. This space is clean. It's quiet. It's covered. God is not far from you. He is closer than your next thought. You are safe now. But you must remember the lesson. Protect your silence. Guard your imagination. Think carefully. Believe deeply. Speak only what gives life. Type I am sealed in God's peace to activate blessing 9811. The watchers will look for new ways in, but they are locked out. You are not just free, you are wiser. What once scared you now makes you stronger. What once confused you now teaches others. You carry light in your mind, and that light blinds the enemy. Keep it burning. Keep it pure. You are not just walking forward. You are walking in purpose now. What was trying to stop you has made you unshakable. You made it, and heaven rejoices. The gate behind you is shut. The road ahead is open. You are no longer being watched in fear. You are being watched in favor. Go now, and carry this peace with you. You've just walked through a prophetic gate, one only opened by silence, trust, and truth. If this message guarded your spirit, I ask you now to help carry it further. Every time you give, through super thanks, membership, or the PayPal link below, you're not just supporting a channel. You're lighting the path for someone else still trapped in spiritual noise. The Lord whispered, "Those who build this altar of silence will never lack peace again." If that's you, act now. Sow into the stillness that saved you. Support the message that watches over others. Don't wait. The same silence that covered you will cover your seed.